Fixing my headset. One more thing. Give me a sec. There we go. Today is May 1st. So last month was the month of the military child. This month is the month of the military family. Donald Trump has taken us to war. In the months that we're honoring the military, he has taken us to war and made no bones about it and ignores the soldiers while doing things like, saying you can retire. You let us know you're going to retire 2 years before you retire so we can figure out how we can make the most use of you before you retire. And things along those lines. Y'all, I am not a Donald Trump supporter. I do not support the war in Iran for the reasons that. And before I go any further, I want to take a moment and say thank you to every family member who has served a member of the uniformed services. Wife, mother, husband, father, sister, daughter, son. Without us, the uniformed services would be nothing. I was watching Habitual Line Crosser, and he said, most men are happy to go to work and come home and take care of their family. That's true as a general statement, and even more true of soldiers. The numbers of emails I've gotten from Down Rage about just being excited to get a slice of pizza from Sweet Melissa's. That's a pizza shop in Savannah, y'all. Or have a cream. Or a Crystal's hamburger. They sacrifice a lot for us. And we, their family members, we sacrifice even more. Unlike the average American, when we go to war, we don't get to suspend our belief systems. We've got to believe the truth that when they're gone, we're not safe. And sometimes even when they are home, we're not safe. That's the payoff today, being married to the military or serving in the uniformed service. That's what I want to see. I've got a future daughter-in-law. She seems to really love my son. I'm championing a cause she may never actually have painlessly. Military spouses and children aren't even able to be real citizens. They have no independence inside of the military. I don't know if that's true about um, The police or the fire department. I was trying to find the correct names. I immediately thought 12 and 5, and I was trying to do right. Apologies. Learning. Let others know how I really see them. So to the president of this country, Pete Hegseth, and the United States Congress, you're disappointing to us, to me. You let our men and women put it all on the line in the uniform and then come home and treat them like nothing. When we used to be proud of Storm and Norman, you have normalized disrespecting the ones who keep us alive. Military dependents go on to do amazing things. I'm around the military. The government depends on that, and they haven't given back. So now, military spouses and children like me, it's pretty much a given that we aren't interested in fighting. That we're not interested in this war. We're the conscience of the country, and none of us is invested in this thing. The only reason that I'm willing to even keep up a front about the war in Iran or Iran is the possibility that we could actually end sex trafficking and drug trafficking in this country by cutting off the avenues to trafficking it here. That's the spirit of Horus. By saying no to the two ways that we know for certain humanity has trafficked people for centuries: the Spice Road and the Silk Trade. That's the dark web today. There are some things that people should have privacy and kept to themselves. They should have that privacy and keep it to themselves, which means they shouldn't be putting it on the dark web. Anyone will tell you if you're gonna commit a crime, you don't tell nobody else about the crime. Young people in this country have known that since the first time Bill Duke said, "You know you done fucked up, don't you?" That was menace to society in the 90s. And it's about drinking your juice in the hood. Don't be a menace to society. Be a man of society. Stand up and children. I've been America's ambassador for 39 years. With all of my perfect imperfections. Europe and I have always had a very neutral relationship, so to speak. I grew up with their children. Their children are me now, see? And they recognize the same urgency. Ask William and Harry if things aren't exceptionally sketchy in comparison to when we were children. It's hard for me to even believe. Like, I could probably look it up. I don't know how exactly old he is. King Charles III. Yet I know that we are of a similar enough age that they are either Gen X or elder millennials, and they're really Gen Xers, gotta be. Um, which means they stand in the void with me, and they recognize it's an opportunity for us to put aside the things that have caused racism to divide us. Shout out to those who know us separately and their ability to keep a secret. I can too. No worries. I have a dark horse in my corner. That's what I will say. And it seems like it was something that I said in our youth. It was a long time ago, y'all. Anyway, I just Veterans Day, no Memorial Day. Pardon me. Memorial Day is coming, right? It's usually when the pool's open. Before you get there, say thank you to a veteran's family, a veteran's mother, a veteran's father, a veteran's sister, a veteran's brother, a veteran's wife, a veteran's child, a veteran's husband. Say thank because they sacrificed for you too, and they say even less than the vets. When I'm in office, if not soon, I plan to make a cabinet position for military spouses, one from each branch. You know what's missing? I'm in the military as much as you would think, but the military family, morale, welfare, recreation, the things that we did together, the way we kept hope and love, and never let that be forgotten. When we say never forget, it's that, because we never forget that it's that love for this country, for one another, for our spiritual brothers and sisters. Even when the flag stops waving. I've had us all on the back. I'm one of those siblings, though. You can't beat up on my family. I can. Knowing some portion of what Pete done been through, how they choose to move, I can let that slide, so to speak. Now, in their personal lives, not in their professional careers. Simultaneously, those of you coming for them professionally, you have never seen a body in fucking flames. Bitch, I'll skull drag you all day on their behalf. Leave Hegseth alone unless you done been through the shit too. Come up out of talking about him being drunk. Stop talking about addictions. Talk about the fucking facts. Period. I am from two career fields where you can come as you are for damn sure. Three, when you count my anointing. See, that's the church military in the United States military. All three of them will make a man out of you. Woman two. Something for feminine discipline has to be stated. There are so many amazing female DIs. Why is it the only thing we know about is G.I. Jane and Demi fucking Moore? Could it be that they don't want you to explore femininity in the militaries? Could it be that they recognize how much more organized we would be with a woman in the seat? See? Could it be? It's always been men that a woman's been supposed to lead for so long. We've just been wrestling, and I'm finally the one going to pummel them out of my seat. Imagine it a different way. Imagine that at 45 years old, you can claim a house. God says. So you got to claim it. Stand on business and fight for your house. It is everybody in human existence. Your house is whichever house you aspire to. So if you aspire to a tiny home, you aspire to a tiny home, and that's cool. If you aspire to the White House, you aspire to the White House. If you aspire to the Black House, you aspire to the Black House. Well, me, I aspire to the house that is God's kingdom, and the creator of all things has granted me that authority. That has no physical address, though. Not one. Doesn't even have a singular coordinate in the galaxy, so to speak. What it has is my ability to see, believe, and create. You don't know this, but I do. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and a few others were on their way up out of here. Remember when Ashton Kutcher was headed off to space? They went off to negotiate and decided not to save the human race, not in this space. The plan was to leave me behind initially, but they got out there and they found out that they need me. I am the true and living queen of all things. They had to deny me. They had to deny my existence to those in attendance. Now they have no choice but to allow me to reintroduce myself in Christy Paxton Perkins Hill for the time being. My given African name, entitling me to be an African spiritualist by my father, who identified as African, Maia Abina Umoja. Pretty girl born on Tuesday. Here to unite Africa and the American people of the sun by way of peace, which is why m- my name, sir, last name in this country is Paxton. PAX is peace. Ton is for sun. Change it over time. Or you can say tons of peace. I don't mind. Janine, Genesis, the beginning, born of peace. So, tons of unity on a Tuesday. I just happen to be pretty. Either way. You see me today? You see, the people who believe in controlling the universe, they need to know your name first. They need to know your name first. And on my birth certificate, it's only my mother's name, not my biological father's. So how could they know my given name? My born name is Janine. My birth name, Paxton. My name given to me by my father, the creator of me. When you put my Africanness by way of my biological father with my by way of my biological mother, and I say I am an indigenous American black person. Oh, stand back now. I'm one of the few and living people who can even make the reparations case and stick it and stick it. Ah, the rest of you can bob and weave with your last names being Johnson, Washington, or whatever it is. But you see, I can catalog history. Mm, mm. So now back to that thing. What I said about 45. 45 breaks down to a 9. Say 9 for every 9 years or so around here. Uh, you're given the to go home. See? And I phoned home and continue to do so. Y'all saw Three Eye Atlas and y'all thought nothing of it. I phoned home. You say the Anunnaki are the Enochian people from the Bible, Ethiopia, Africa, although European. There you go. The mother, and they both reside in me, making me your queen bee, a queen to be. I'm not exactly looking for an African king or, that type of thing. But, in the grand scheme of conversationing and whatnot, it's real easy. You gotta be able to keep a beat with me. Why would I, being queen of all things, step down off my throne for anyone who can't speak to my dome in the spirit, the flesh, and the bedroom? It is Friday. Why not tell you the truth of what grown folks do? That's a song from the Barcades, by the way. Grown folks. The military ain't for nothing but grown folks. And most of us have our right to vote. Rather than looking to us, though, Donald went looking for the old in Florida to shore up the vote. Why might that be? I think he's hoping you'll take him in, Floridians, rather than turn him in. You know, we can inter him after he has served his time, if y'all don't mind. What's it? I mean, basically, he's looking for somewhere where he gonna have some friends should he get out of prison. Or, hmm, I, okay, look, he wants some friends for the afterlife. All right. So if he makes some older friends who are veterans who are on their way out this life also, in that third right kind of shit, he just wants to know he'll be buried with company that won't stalk him in his death, so to speak. He doesn't really know quite how hell works, but I ain't saying that. It's the belly of the beast. You're gonna always see an enemy, even after you see an end to you. Nothing. May the Most High God bless and keep the United States military, friends, and family. I'll see you.